Welcome to my guide on how to install and run the game Earthsiege 2 on Windows 10. As of making this video, the game is free to download, so you don't need an original disc to play. Please see the description below the video for links to everything that needs to be downloaded. First, download Windows ADK, which is needed for joystick support. This must be installed before Earthsiege 2 for the joystick fix to apply automatically. For the latest version of Windows 10, download the Windows ADK for Windows 10 version 2004 as highlighted. Run the ADK setup exe and follow the instructions until the features page. Here, make sure that application compatibility tools is checked, then click install. Once the installation is finished, you're done for this step. Now visit the Tribes Universe page. Here you can download a disk image file of Earthsiege 2 for free. Once downloaded, right click on earthsiege2.iso and mount it. This should show up on the left of your file explorer like a DVD drive. Next, visit the Sierra help pages and download the Earthsiege 2 installer as highlighted. Extract the Earthsiege 2 setup exe from the zip file and run it. Follow the instructions. I suggest choosing an easy to access location as the destination folder for the game, since you'll need to visit that folder a few times. On the next page, select the same drive letter for the CD-ROM as the one earthsiege2.iso is mounted to. Once the installation starts, make sure you select MP3 for the music. Also click yes when it asks to download the audio tracks. This doesn't actually download them, but it will add a configuration file needed for the music to play. Now you need to download the MP3 files for the music. I ripped them from my CD and uploaded them to Google Drive. Download the zip file, then copy all the MP3 files to the top level of the folder where you installed Earthsiege 2. For the music to work in game rather than show errors, you'll need to download INMM. Extract INMM238exe from the zip file, run it and install it. Next, download DxWind. When configured, this will allow the game to run in an upscaled window, which is more convenient than full screen at 640 by 480. I'm using version 2.05.92. Older versions should work as well, but some settings might be slightly different. Extract the files from the RAR to a folder of your choice, then run DxWind.exe. Once open, right click and add a new task. In the main tab, set the path to vshell.exe in the folder you installed Earthsiege 2. Ensure no banner and run-in window are checked. For the window initial position and size, you'll want to choose a multiple of 640 by 480 for accurate scaling. For a 1080p display, 1280 by 960 is the best choice. For a 1440p display, 1920 by 1440 is perfect. In the Video tab, set the window style to modal for a borderless window. Set the initial virtual color setting to 8bpp. Set the window size and position to locked size. Finally, check the initial resolution and max resolution, entering the same dimensions you use for the window size in the main tab. In the mouse tab, ensure correct mouse position is checked. In the DirectX tab, make sure filter is set to none. In the DirectX 2 tab, set VSync to on. Click OK to confirm these selections. This entry needs to be duplicated, so export it then import it, which will retain all the settings. Right click and modify the imported entry, changing the name and the path to dbsim.exe in the folder where you installed Earthsiege 2. Click OK, and you should now have two task entries for Earthsiege 2. Click File, then Save to save the task list. Note that you will need DxWind open anytime you want to run the game. Whilst most of the game runs fine without the ISO mounted, the training missions will crash. To fix this, go to the Data folder under the folder you installed Earthsiege 2. Open drive.cfg with WordPad. Change the first line to the same drive letter you have earthsiege2.iso mounted to, then save the file without changing its name. Note that you'll have to have the ISO mounted to run the game now, else it will ask you to insert a disk. If you want to go back to running the game without the ISO mounted, open drive.cfg again and change the top line back to the location you installed the game to. Now you can finally run the game. I suggest running es.exe at first, as if something has gone wrong and the game crashes, it's easier to close it this way. If the game loads up fine, my recommendation is to close it and run earthsiege2.exe instead, as providing you have all other windows minimised, this blanks out the desktop and taskbar to make the game appear as if it's running full screen. You can also access this from the start menu entry for Earthsiege 2. If all has gone well, the game should look something like this when it loads up, scaled accurately to a borderless 4x3 window. Providing you have a joystick plugged in, hit F12 once you're in a mission and click Controls, as this allows you to alter the function of some of the buttons to your liking. Now enjoy the game!